Alright, welcome back everybody. It is time for another review, and today we've got the Lizard from XM Studios. Of course, one of Spider-Man's oldest villains, debuted way back in Amazing Spider-Man number 6. He's not your typical villain. He wasn't into robbing banks and things. This is Dr. Curt Connors. He, of course, had lost his arm and was trying to develop a way to grow it back using reptile DNA. And in classic supervillain style, the experiment went horribly wrong and he was transformed into a giant angry lizard. So this is what we've got here. This statue was released kind of in the same wave as Cable and Venom, so he's been a little bit overshadowed. Hasn't been a lot of talk about this guy. So let's get in the review and see how he stacks up against those other two big guns. So this is the Lizard from XM Studios. Let's do it. Alright, we'll run through the sculpt and the design on this statue. I think this sculpt is amazing. I mean, at its core, it's really just a museum pose, but just the way that he's kind of hunched over, his arms are out. I mean, you see how his fingers are kind of all bent and gnarled. I mean, he's just like oozing with energy. I mean, this guy, he looks strong, he looks powerful, agile, he's ready to leap out at you and attack. I mean, this lizard is angry and he's mean. I mean, he looks awesome. I love the texture on the skin. It's just everywhere. Scales everywhere. Different sizes, you know, on the jaw, on the knees, and the feet. So there's some variation there. Looks really, really good. I mean, on the arms as well. The claws on the hands and the feet. I mean, these are dangerous. So you could scratch yourself on those. So just be careful. I mean, he looks really intimidating. The style of this head, this is the modern head. I get like kind of a Komodo dragon vibe from this, like maybe a little bit of the Jurassic Park T-Rex mixed in there. Really cool look to that head. There is another one I'll show you later on that's more of a classic version. But the tail, look how the tail comes and curls around. I mean, it's really a dynamic piece, even though, like I said, it is kind of just a museum pose, but very dynamic still. You know, lots to like on this statue. Again, the texture on the pants, I really like that. It's almost like a corduroy texture there. It looks really, really good. You know, so much to like about this statue. I love how the coat, it kind of flows out to the side. It really gives, again, more of a dynamic feel, like he's rushing at you. I like how the clothes, like the pants and the sleeves on the jacket are kind of short for the lizard body. It kind of gives that sense of how much he's grown and mutated since he took his lizard serum. It really gives a sense of size to this guy. It's very, very cool. And then the base, of course, is a sewer scene. You got like sewer sludge pumping out of this pipe here. Because, of course, if you've seen the movie, the Amazing Spider-Man movie, where he lives in the sewer, and that's often where he hides out. So very cool, very awesome sculpt. Love the design on it. Again, it's sort of simple, but very action-packed and dynamic at the same time. I really, really like this statue. Very cool. Okay, so as promised, I've switched out the portraits here. This is the classic portrait. Very reminiscent of his debut from the comics. And to go along with the white lab coat, black shirt, purple pants, I mean, that's almost exactly how he first appeared. So very cool, classic option for you old school enthusiasts. What I do like about the two heads is they're facing totally different directions. So you get a very different feel between the heads in terms of display angle and things. So very nice touch there. This head has noticeably larger scales than the other head. I don't know that they suit the body as well as the modern head, but still, like I said, very cool to have that classic option. So let's get into the paint. I think the paint overall is very well done. Pretty simple paint job, I think. You know, the green, nice greens throughout the skin. I might have liked a little bit more color variation there. You know, lizards often have different colors throughout their hides. Maybe a little bit different color down the neck, a lighter color or something on the hands and arms, like just to bring out the texture a little bit more. But it's overall very solid. You know, the paint on the eyes is very clean. You know, on all the nails and the claws, very good. I like the paint on the sewer sledge. It's very murky look to it, greenish brown, like, you know, like you don't really know what could be under that water. You can't see through it. It's so dirty. Very cool touch there. Overall, very nice paint job. You know, glossy finish inside the mouth. The teeth are finished very nicely. I mean, there's really nothing to complain about when it comes to the paint on this. The pants, they really brought out that texture, that corduroy-like texture that I mentioned earlier in the pants. I really like what they did there. So overall, really solid paint job on this piece. I think most people that get it will be pretty pleased. Alright, so let's move into production and build quality. And as you might expect, very high quality statue. It is quite large. It's actually really huge. If you can't tell from the video, like the base itself is about 17 inches in diameter. From tail here, from his tail to his hand, that's almost 2 feet. It's about 23 inches. I mean, this guy's a beast. It's a huge statue, so it's got a lot of weight to it. Feels very sturdy. All the parts fit with magnets. Both arms come off like that, so it's, you know, they fit in there with a magnet. The heads come off and fit in with a magnet. The tail is actually fits in with a rod, and it's a little tricky to get in. You gotta kind of get down below it and make sure that you're fitting it into the right place. And then there's this piece here on the front, that this beam here that fits in with a magnet as well. So that's a separate piece. So pretty simple build to this one. It shouldn't take too much effort on your part, but you do get the booklet as they've been doing for their latest releases. A nice booklet that kind of again shows, you know, where all the parts go, and then they give you a quick assembly guide here. You got a little background info on the character and the registration information at the back here. So handy little booklet in the package. You get the print, which is a pretty cool print. They went with the classic version of the portrait in that print, so very cool, would look good displayed alongside the piece here. And you know, what can I say? All the parts fit nicely. Really nice production quality again. Very high quality piece from XM. Okay, we'll wrap up the review here. So very cool statue again from XM Studios. It's the lizard. Extremely high quality. I really like it. I think it's, you know, I've said this almost every time. I think it's probably the best Spider-Man villain so far that they've released. Very cool. You get 2 display options, you know, with the modern head, the classic head. They give you different display angles, which is very cool with just how the head is facing. You know, the statue is just, it's full of energy, it's dynamic, it's intimidating, he looks powerful, and very scary and mean. So excellent job on this lizard from XM. I'm really pleased with it. I think anybody who wants to buy it is going to be very pleased. Again, what more can I say? The lizard from XM Studios turned out great. Watch out for more reviews coming later this year, and thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.